Good evening, everyone. Well, today we got a portrait. And what a portrait, a beautiful girl. Yeah. Okay, let's see how to make justice to this face here. Those delicate features here. Okay, let's see. To start with, now this is all about likeness. Not only, but mainly. So let's see, because it's a portrait, it's close up. Before I start, it's good to clarify to you a few things here. It's just it's the gesture here, and hand and portrait, obviously. Face, which is rounded there. Hand. I think I need to bring it down a bit, otherwise I'll be left without much room for the hair. So let's pull down the paper first, so I have more space for the hair. Hair, coming right down to her eyebrow, eyebrows, the nose, the shadow for the nose on the side here, and you got the shadow here, that area, and the eyes. Before I do that, there's a dark shadow all around her face, which basically keeps the contrast. So there's a contrast, or the dark, or the contra light shadow. The light is coming from behind of her head, and you have that area is all in shadow here. And then eyebrow, hair, lips are here. We know they're here, but they're hidden by her index finger. Skinny, keep an eye on their skinny fingers. Only not to make them any thicker than they need to be. Okay, just pull this paper back here. Accidents happen. All right. Now, her left eye, or our right eye, well, we see that's our right. It's higher than the left. So that's the right eye. Our right, her left. It's higher than the left eye. And a lot of dark shadow here. Sorry, eyebrow. Another eyebrow on this side. And the end of the eyebrow when it starts turning, and you have a cheekbone here, and there's a shadow, or the cast shadow of a hair onto her face. I'm going too dark for the time being, but that's on purpose, because later on I will soften it with my fingers. Get the shadow of the nose, which is that turn here. It's basically this one here. If you go close, oh, it doesn't go any closer. It's this one. Nose. That turn here by the tear duct. And tear duct down here. And let's work on this eye as well. As I said, that's higher than the left eye. So high here, horizontal line that will show me where it starts. It's the beginning of her eyebrow. That's pretty much where it needs to be. Okay, now lower the eye. And fun enough, the lower part of her eye, which is this one, lower eyelid, it's slightly darker than her upper eyelid. Lower eyelid, it's darker than the upper eyelid. Let's not do it as dark as that. Less dark. And, front of her hair, and then you have that beautiful hair which actually contrasts with the light coming through or coming from the top of the hair. I could give it a dark middle tone through the whole of the face because it is dark, it's under the shadow, or it's basically backlit, if I can call it that. The light comes from behind. So give it a dark shadow, soften everything. And that should give us the impression of, as I said, the light coming from behind. Then you have jaw, and the ear is just between the eye and the tip of the nose, so the ear is somewhere here, earlobe here, but it's also very delicately or darkly, softly being shadowed here. And again the hair. And you got the hair at the back, it's curly hair. Light in between, which is that light here. And we do not see where it ends. Because it's the end of the page is there, so we cannot actually see where the hair, but we know it's just beyond that. So it's not necessary to know or to see it. Then that bunch of hair here, don't want to go too much on the right, and you have the curls coming through. Flick of hair coming towards the mouth. Yeah. Eyebrow a bit more defined. Upper eyelid. Neck, a bit of neck, which is a continuation of her jaw. There. Just a tiny bit of neck. Okay. You have the tip of the index finger. lip, upper and lower lip, it's here. Philtrum. That's a nostril. And you have that dark shadow coming. The portrait is being lit from underneath. That's why you have this light under her nose. It's not actually lit up from underneath, sorry, that's a wrong way of putting it. It's a reflected light coming through her hands back and bouncing. It's a bouncing light, basically, on her nose. Bit of shadow there on the filter. Shadow on the filter here. Just to emphasize the filter which comes towards us. And then a little bit of dark shadow. Just to emphasize the nose again. Her tear duct. Upper eyelid. Eyebrow. And a bit of get that shadow a bit merged with her skin tone. Bit of a coffee here, keep me awake. And also dark, soft dark all around here, which shapes up her model face. Because obviously it's a very sharp cheekbone move from the cheekbones towards her lip. And there's this also upper part of the cheekbone there. And a little bit of light on the cheekbone. There. If you know what I mean, it's this part here. You have the eye cavity, cheekbone. Sorry. Eye cavity, cheekbone, and cheek, really. The earlobe needs to go a bit further up there. Yes, further up here. There. There you are. Okay, a bit of putty rubber to bring back the earlobe, which is up here. And flick of her hair, hair dropping down. It's actually not that dark, so I have to be careful with the hair here. It feels dark, but actually when you see it's not that dark. And this is quite dark on me, and then give that skin tone here. So the hair, I could move the hair a little bit further to the ear here, there. It's very blurred on this area. Obviously curled hair. And softly moving that dark patch towards upwards to make it give that fluffy look of her hair. How about I darken the whole thing a bit more? Look at how dark her skin tone is. But not because it's dark. It's a contra light. So the light comes from behind and then all this goes dark in that case. So darken it even more. Give it another dark tone. But what I'm trying to get now is to get rid of these lines and make them look a bit more like tan instead of lines. Okay, I'll leave that alone now. Thing is, it's a bit darker. It needs to go even darker than that, to be honest. You have, again, as I said, reflected light coming through. Let's go for the time being to the fingers. Okay. Knuckles. A vertical line will go from the jaw right here, and that's quite dark actually. It's quite low. Sorry. Now the opening of the distance between index finger, the knuckle here, and that. So that distance is, if I go up, I'll see how far that goes up. There. So index finger to the small finger, that goes up to under her eyebrow. Sorry, the upper eyelid. So that would be here. Should be there. Okay. So down here then. And little finger. The palm of her hand. It's all dark, by the way. All this area is another dark patch. So do not be afraid to darken it. Then you have a ring finger, which is quite dark. And shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. As she's turned from towards her right shoulder, that is all not only dark, but it's very dark. Keep an eye, the dark value, it's way darker than what we've done here. A lot darker. This is almost as dark as, no, well, these two are very similar. So if I'm going dark here, I could come and drop and be dark down here. Ring finger, and ring finger is actually here. That's the ring finger. There. And you have the index finger there. Middle finger. It's the longest. Done a mistake here. The middle finger is right under her. There, so her middle finger should come right here. And the ring finger is slightly shorter. Sorry, ring finger. And you have the pinky, small finger, and the palm of her hand, which is dark, knuckle here. And a lot darker. And you have the middle finger here, the knuckle, so the top of the middle finger is right there. And it's a lot more exposed, the middle finger, so it's thicker there. Yes. Oh, a bit of a mess here, mate. Let's separate them again. There you have the middle finger. And the ring finger here. A bit lighter. And you have the pinky, you might call it. I think I'm gonna be too wide with the pinky, so make it a bit thinner. There. There. And a bit of dark here. Dark, 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 dark. Darker. Alright, I think I've got the values correct. Proportions, not too bad. The eyes, the distance between the eyes, it's okay. I think her nose, something wrong with her nose. Ah, yes. It's longer. So the nose could come down here. Easily there. That's what I think it needs to go. You have the top lip, upper lip. And so upper lip. Cast shadow of the hair onto her face. And how do we get that dark light around her hair? Well, the simple answer is, the most simple answer is it's by darkening a little bit of background. That's how you get this reflection of her hair, on her hair. And so dark on this side, which is darker background and light hair, but also darker here. Here, not dark on the background, but just dark on the hair. Cartilage of the hair, of her, ear, dark here. And the earlobe. Now I think I could easily also go a little bit wider here. There. She needs to go wider on her jawline, I think. Well, I don't think, I'm sure. So let's do that. And also her continuation of her shoulder, right there. Don't want to go too dark here. but I have to darken it no matter what to brighten up the shoulder. There. There. And a little bit off shoulder here. There we are. And let's do justice to her fingers, because her fingers are horrible on me. So let's do justice here. Longer fingers. Much longer actually. But let's not forget that they're lit up here. So you got the light here, because the light comes from this side. And from the knuckles, that on the left, they're a lot darker. So let's work on her fingers. Lower the middle finger a bit lower. There. Lower the ring finger. And the pinky is ring finger is there. And the middle finger has got that dark here in the middle there. And I guess much darker around the lips. Filtrum. Darker there. Big pupil. Almost well expanded really. Pupil is quite big and beautiful. Now you have the lower eyelid. Going back to the filtrum top. Highlight on the lower part of the nostril. Nose. Oops, sorry. That area here needs to go a bit darker, as it is the eyebrow. Why that goes that way. And darker here, darker. There. Bit darker here, right at the edge, where the hair has been illuminated by the light coming from behind. Bit darker here. And what else? Darker eyes. The eyes need to go much darker. I think they're a bit close to me. Let me see the distance between the eyes. Take that one. See, they're a bit close to me. So I need to bring that eye a bit further away. There. Move the eye. And make it darker as well. The whole thing goes darker. And the eyebrow. I've done the eye also big. I think it could go a bit smaller. And dark on the side of her nose. Okay, I think it could go a little bit darker. I think I've got get that lip a little bit more towards the left. Push it towards the left a bit more. There we are. Darker. I've gone too far up with the shoulder. I think the shoulder should come down right there. There's no need to go any further up. Shoulder. There. And dark on the fingers again. Let's move that darkness here and spread it. Drop the line there. That's in the middle finger. It's just under the eye. That's what I was measuring. The end of the eye. There. Then you have a ring finger here. And the small finger. There. Possibly too long, the middle finger. A bit too long. I think. Okay. Possibly a bit too long. Take it off here. And under the nose, that's where the knuckle turns. There. Ring finger. There. Knuckle here. There. And small finger, palm of her hand, and that should go completely a softer flesh tone. There. Doesn't have to go any darker or any lighter. I think that's good enough. And let's emphasize a little bit the palm, which is under the eye here. A dark of the palm of her hand here. There. And the palm of her hand here. There you are. Okay. Now, I think it's time to spray it. In a while, I'll have to spray it. So I can add more darks to it. A bit lighter in between the eyebrows. This area is lighter. There you go. Lighter up to here. Possibly lighter under the eye, right there. And a little bit tear duct light. So I'm running out of clean fingers here, so I just clean that with a putty, take some dust from that, and then bring it up here. Tear duct there. Okay. Again, very, very dark upper eyelid, upper lip, sorry. Very, very dark upper lip. Hair coming through, here. You got beautiful soft hair coming, just dropping from above. And you have the hair. Here. This needs to go a lot darker here. Anyway. You got very, very, very light hair here as well. I think the hair could go further up. Yes, there. Okay, and hair around her ear. Highlight on the hair, also highlights red. Highlight under the eyebrow. Now that's a bit strong, although I had to do it. But then with this, some sandpaper, take the dust from the sandpaper and spread it over here. And highlight under her eye. Highlight under the pupil, on the iris, not the pupil, iris. Pupil is really big, dark, and large, expanded. I think I could go a little bit with a tear duct right here, tear duct. Tear duct, and also the white of the eye. And the white of the eye on the other ear. There. Okay. White of the eye on that side as well. See, make the putty really, really thin, and working it right here. And light under the white of the eye, and also light here. There. Sharpen the charcoal. Look at this. Look at the sharpness of this. It's like a needle. Darker. that's the obviously the mascara on our eyes. Need to show that as well. Thick eyebrow. Don't know if it's mascara, I don't know, but it looks like. Might be wrong. Here. And soft here. I could go dark as well here. Oh, the background. Could easily go dark like that. And lose the line in between here. Merge the skin tone with the background. Here. Creates a little bit of a reflected light bouncing back on the flesh tone. Okay. And going back with some sharp lines. Round this of her shoulder. Small shoulder. And I think I could go a little bit darker here. A little bit darker here as well. There you are. What else can we do here? Just bring a bit of shadow in the background. The eye, one of the eyes is bigger. That's bigger than this on me. On the original they are the same, obviously. So I need to do something about this. Make that eye smaller, just slightly smaller. There. And the, as I said, the mascara under the eye. This side as well. I'm getting onto her fingers again. Get that knuckle on the lower, on the pinky. Knuckle. First knuckle of the index finger. There. That dark is way too dark. I think I need to soften this. There. And then you have the the ring finger. There. That's the inside here, that's part of the shadow. And a little bit darker under her hand, really. There. Okay. Well, I'll spray it now. And spray it first, then add more shadows onto it. So I'll spray it. Leave it to dry, and then add more shadows. That's good. A wider eyebrow. There. There. Also, keep it dark there. Okay, low battery. Okay, close. Well, I'll spray it. See in a bit. And this is the end. And the picture, the original picture is right. You got it here. Well, see you on the next one then.